Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the next tutorial video here on duct tape creations. For today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make a duct tape iPod case. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and let's get started. Alright, so your first step to make the duct tape iPod case is to cut out 4 strips of tape that are 3.5 inches long. Now the measurements I'm using here are based off the old iPod Nanos. So if you have one of the old iPod Nanos, the measurements should fit perfectly to that. But if you're using one of the newer models of the iPod, you're going to need to change up the measurements. So you can just take your iPod, set it on your cutting mat, and get the measurements, or you can use your ruler, whatever you have on hand, or whatever you prefer to use. It's up to you. So all you need to do is, once you have the right size strips and the amount you need of the strips, you're just going to take the first 2 that you have cut out, and it's getting stuck to my cutting mat here for a sec. But you're just going to want to take the first 2 strips here, and you're just going to want to cut them out, stick them together, so you cover up all the sticky side, so just like this. And you're going to do the same thing with your next 2 strips. So then if you have more than 4 strips, you just do the same process, depending on how you need to make the sheet. So if the sheet's going to be bigger than this, you can make it wider with more strips of tape, so it depends on the measurements. It's pretty simple to do. So that's pretty much it for this step here. Once you get these done, we'll move on to sticking the bottoms and the sides together to make the actual case. And then it's up to you what you do from there. So let's get on to that. Alright, so now that you've finished making your 2 strips here, it's a pretty simple process. Now what you're going to do is cut 2 more strips of tape to whatever measurements you need to fit your iPod. Now if you remember, I'm using the measurements for the iPod Nano. So the measurements for mine were just 3.5 inches in length, and then this normal width of tape. So for this, just seal up the sides and the bottoms. Just going to need to cut out if you're using the Nano, just cut out 2 strips of 1 strip of tape here that is 3.5 inches long, and cut that in half. So you have 2 strips like this, and then you're going to want to cut just another little strip. It doesn't matter what length, just so long as it's the normal width of the duct tape, so it fits right over the bottom. So now, depending on what iPod you're using, like I said, you can tweak the measurements to this and use it. And then these pieces over here to make the little flap that goes over the top. This is just a 2x2 square folded in half, so you get this little strip here. And then just to cut out another little strip, doesn't matter what size, just to seal it onto the case itself. So what we're going to do here is take one of these first strips here and stick half of it onto on one of your strips like that, and then flip it over, and then stick your other strip down like that, so you get meeting like that. Okay. So then take your iPod, stick it in the center just like that, and take your next strip and put half of it, or a little bit less than half, depending on how wide the strips are. So stick it down right there, and then fold it over to this side, so just like that. Okay. And then take this little strip here and just put half of it right there on the bottom, and then fold it over, just like that. So squeeze that shut a little bit, and then fold that over. Okay. So then you get this little case here. I know this is sticking open a little bit. That's fine. If you want to change that, you can. I just like it like this, so you can just easily reach it. So then, for this, just to make the flap, like I said, it's just that one little 2x2 square folded in half, and just this one small square, just stick it together. All you need to do is just take it and stick it right here at the top. So right like that, just line it up, seal it down, and then right like that. Now it could be a little bit longer to stay down, so you can fit a full piece of Velcro there. But you can still put Velcro and it will still stay shut, or a magnet, or whatever you prefer to use. So that's pretty much how you make the duct tape iPod case. Like I said, this is based off the Nano, so it's up to you. What the measurements are, depending on what iPod you have. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys got any ideas for a tutorial you'd like to see me do, or a time lapse, you can let me know in the comments below. I'll have 2 time lapses coming up this Monday. and those two time lapses are going to be requested as I've had for the past few Mondays now. So the two coming up are going to be for the New England Patriots and the Alabama Crimson Tides. So this is going to be pretty cool. I hope you'll enjoy those videos when they're out. So that'll pretty much wrap up things here. I hope you enjoyed this once again. So thanks for watching. And as I always say, just enjoy the wonder that's duct tape.